Welcome to another episode of the Zebra Influencer Series. I'm your host, Scott Reyes. I'm the Senior Manager for North America Alliances and ISVs at Zebra Technologies. I have the distinct honor of working with our alliance partners, ISVs and IHVs, to look after new customer outcome-based solutions that we bring to market via our channel partners and directly to our customers. On today's episode, I have a guest speaker who has over 20 years in channel as a value-added reseller and is now working as a chief revenue officer for an organization called Definitive Technology Group and is a co-founder of DTG that we'd like to bring onto stage. Rich, welcome.
Thank you, Scott. Pleasure being here, and really appreciate you and your team's time and welcoming on the show.
Yeah. Rich, it's great to see you as well. Hey, so I know our audience that's listening in, they like to learn a little bit about the organization and what you guys do, but they also want to know a little bit about you. Maybe you can share with our audience a little bit about your role as CRO and maybe something interesting that they don't know about you or they can't read on LinkedIn.
Thank you, Scott. As CRO, I'm responsible for all revenues within the company, and DTG is a channel-only company that we sell to warehouse logistics fulfillment spaces, and also the medical space, food and beverage, and hospitality space. A little bit about me. I come from the channel. I used to be in the channel, a channel partner for about 20 years, so we know the channel very closely. We know about strong strategic partnerships, like our partnership with Zebra. And for myself personally, I enjoy fishing, boating. I have a family, an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old who's destroying the house as we speak. And I enjoy playing tennis and hockey as well.
Excellent, Rich. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, so my kids are off to college. One's in high school. So I've been through those stages. And good luck with that. So let's jump into a little bit about DTG, Definitive Technology Group. Maybe you can give us an overview of where you guys play and a brief synopsis of what DTG does and what verticals you guys play in.
Okay, very good. So DTG, we're really the global leader in design, development, and delivery of power systems, mobile power computer workstations, and mobile food and beverage power stations. So what that really means is we're a battery company by heart, and we've developed these innovative solutions in multiple different verticals, bringing IT equipment and resources to the point of task. And the way we do that is we institute Lean Six Sigma principles and methodologies. And we're unlike the typical manufacturer, where we have products that are manufactured for these verticals that I mentioned, but we're really good at innovating and creating new products by going into the customer site, listening and understanding what the customer pain points are, and uncovering motion waste and inefficiencies in the workplace and the entertainment venues. And all of our mobile solutions allows for a better user experience, or we wouldn't have created them. And we provide a guaranteed ROI within 12 months, or we'll literally buy everything back from you. So we won't entertain a client or prospect unless we are confident in our ability to increase their revenue and eliminate waste. And like I mentioned, we're the key players in the warehouse logistics and fulfillment verticals. We started in healthcare, and now we're moving over to hospitality, food and beverage, and we've had great success with manufacturing.
Rich, so you just explained a little bit about how you guys are in the warehouse space and some of the growing verticals that you guys are supporting. Can you expand on how you expect to support some of these growing verticals like healthcare?
Yes. So we started in the healthcare industry. We actually developed the most advanced battery system with the most functional use for the healthcare industry. And it actually had 60601 certification. It could be used as a hot swap solution. It could be used as a hybrid solution or a fixed. And then when we moved over to the warehouse logistics and fulfillment center, we understood that the need for increased power was required. So we developed other solutions. And then now our interest is in the food and beverage and hospitality space. And we've developed these mobilized heavy power stations that encompasses refrigeration on tap to serve beverages, either beer or wine, and then also chef prep stations. And we've developed our innovative battery solutions and implemented them into these vehicles so you can go to venues and provide products and services where you weren't able to provide before. And a lot of our solutions really are proven to generate revenues in these verticals. And in the warehouse logistics fulfillment vertical, it's all about improving efficiencies, ROI, and TCOs.
Excellent. And so, what's your methodology around the strategy for continued expansion in your organization?
So as I mentioned before, we're a channel-only model because we've lived in the channel for 30 years, and we understand the importance of partnerships with Zebra. Zebra and DTG, our products complement each other. We often mobilize many Zebra products to the worker's point of task. That's what it's really all about. It's bringing technology and solutions and the equipment to the worker's point of task so they can do their job more efficient, have better worker experience, and overall the environment can benefit from that. How we started, as I mentioned, in healthcare, when we moved over to the warehouse logistics vertical, we were selected by one of the largest e-commerce companies in the world to mobilize their technology. And to date, we've deployed over 35,000 workstations throughout the world. Yeah, it's been going great, and our battery system was supposed to be designed to last 4 years, and we're seeing our battery system last 6 to 7 years, and continuing. And us, by expanding into these other verticals, we're hoping to achieve the same success. And often we create these products from a napkin diagram too. So when we're on site with our Lean Six Sigma Black Belt or our engineering team, we're listening to the customer and we're trying to design solutions that's best fit for them. And we can go from a napkin diagram to CAD diagrams to shipping a prototype all within 8 weeks for existing verticals or even new verticals.
Well, that's awesome, Rich. That's awesome to hear that you guys are very close to the customer, their use cases, and obviously listening very intently to figure out what's their next move and how to help solve some of their issues while you guys are walking around their environment. And I know you mentioned our relationship between Zebra and DTG, so I'd like to pivot a little bit and talk a little bit about the Zebra printers. I know our printers and mobile computers are some of the products that you guys sit on your carts. Can you expand on a little bit of how our printers and our printer portfolio might have helped you and some customers in your use cases with customers?
So that's one of the main solutions we provide is printing solutions. So quite often we have clients in the field that have a lot of motion waste and error mistakes, and that is caused by inaccurate printing, scanning, etc. So when you guys release a new printer, we're really excited about it because we want to mobilize it and we want to bring it to the point of task for the warehouse workers. And then by doing so, it allows them to be much more efficient and allows for the organization to see an ROI much quicker. And it's also consistently improving their processes and understanding how technology can help solve some of their problems and help them moving forward.
Excellent. So let's expand a little bit upon those problems and challenges the customers are having, because we talked a little bit about the verticals that you guys are in, how you do your process from a Lean Six Sigma perspective, but maybe you can help us understand some of the challenges the customers are really facing. I mean, you mentioned some misprinting and mislabeling, but what are the typical customer challenges that you guys look to solve?
So one of the challenges we see in the warehouse logistics and fulfillment space, the biggest challenge is motion waste. And what we found when we were on site at one of the largest 3PLs in the world is we were finding workers constantly going back and forth, back and forth. And what that was producing was an average of a 3-minute motion waste per shipment. And you say 3 minutes, that's not a lot, but when you multiply that by the amount of shipments and the amount of workers in the location or the warehouse, it really came down to equating to what the TCO was. And what we found is 3 minutes of motion waste resulted in motion waste of 855 minutes a day, which equated to about $356 a day per shipment. And if you multiply that throughout the year, you're at $101,000 of waste. And throughout the 5 years, as a typical lifespan of our product, you're at $530,000. That's per shipment. Now, if you multiply that shipment per day and throughout each location, the savings by utilizing our DTG solution is astronomical. And what they found is the ROI per DTG workstation was under 15 days. So again, as I mentioned before, we really will not sell or entertain an opportunity if we can't prove an ROI within 12 months, and we just achieved that with one of the largest 3PLs in 15 days. And they've been thriving ever since. So that's one challenge that we face in the warehouse logistics fulfillment space. The challenge that we face in the hospitality space and what we're seeing with venues is they're always trying to produce more. They're trying to produce more beverages, more food, more awareness. And what happens is, we all know going to an arena and watching a sporting event, you leave your seat to go get a beer or popcorn or get a sandwich that's something to be cooked, you're missing the event. So our power stations for the hospitality vertical allowed people to bring food and beverage to locations that they weren't allowed to before, or they tried to do that with with extension cords, which is a complete tripping and a safety hazard, or generators, which we all know with generators, they're loud, they're obnoxious, they're noisy. So with our power stations, we deployed a case in University of Colorado, Boulder, for a 3-day event. We were on the turf, and our systems ran the POS system seamlessly on our batteries for over 10 hours. And what UC Boulder achieved was 100% ROI in just 2 events. And not only did they achieve the ROI, what was more important is they exceeded revenue projections in beer alone by $90,000 a day for each of the 3 days. So over $200,000 of revenue just came from beer alone by serving it on our power stations. So we are always looking into the verticals that we can not only help solve problems, but increase revenue as well.
So Rich, from an innovative solution standpoint, can you tell us a little bit about DTG, what you guys are doing from a development challenges perspective in RFID and battery technology? What are you guys bringing to market? If you can help share a little bit to the audience.
Yes, that's a great question, Scott. A few years ago, we were at one of our largest clients, and we were witnessing users counting cardboard pallets manually with a hand scanner. And we were watching them go up and down the aisles. It was about a 1 million square foot facility. And they were going in and trying to capture all the barcoding information and the labels, and then doing inventory count. And then we saw them trying to climb pallets to get over one pallet to get access to another one with the scanning gun, and to try to gather that information too. And as you can imagine, it was a laborious task, and it was quite dangerous. So what we did is we met with them and their leadership team and said, you know what, we can create something that is extremely innovative. It will allow to bring technology to the point of task. And what we did is we created and manufactured our RFID mobile power station. And what we encompassed on that was your Zebra omnidirectional scanners. And we mounted them in different locations of our power stations. And we actually mounted it on an extension pole too, so it could go up 6 to 8 feet and capture information and data so people wouldn't have to climb pallets. And once they implemented that solution, what took them over an hour to complete a task, they were able to achieve that same task in a much safer environment, in a much more efficient method way of doing it in just under 15 minutes. So as you can see, when we talk about DTG and the ROI that we can provide to clients and the innovative products and solutions that we bring to market. There's just another example of how our RFID innovative solution boasted well for the clients and our mutual clients, both DTG and Zebra.
Well, Rich, I know we're probably coming up to the end of the show now, and I wanted to ask you a question around how do you see Zebra and DTG's partnership really being pivotal to each company's success over the next couple of years?
Well, we've had a long-standing relationship, and it's been going great. And I think collaboration between DTG and Zebra is the key to both of our success. So when DTG is talking with our clients and we're understanding what their pain points are and we're listening to really what their needs are and we're trying to improve efficiencies, we always recommend Zebra solutions on our mobility products. So we have the capabilities of mobilizing printing, scanning, other peripherals that you guys are selling constantly, but maybe selling in a fixed environment. By partnering together, we're able to mobilize that same equipment, thus giving the end user a better experience in their environments. So what we do is we recommend Zebra solutions when we're talking about mobility and power, and we ask Zebra and we look forward to the Zebra sales team recommending DTG. And we just feel by working together, we're building a cohesive mobile powered solution that satisfies both our customers' needs, solving all their pain points and making the work environment overall faster, better, and it's beneficial for everybody involved.
Excellent. Thank you, Rich, for answering that. And Rich, first of all, on behalf of Zebra, our partner community, our customers, and our audience who are listening in, let me say thank you for sharing your knowledge of what you guys do, giving us some insights into what DTG does, and what you guys are doing in bringing new solutions and innovative solutions to market using RFID and some of your batteries. Now, I want to thank the audience for staying on so long with us. For those of you who are listening in, please comment below, give us a like, let us know what else you would like to hear as we're trying to bring new solutions to market via our partnerships with Zebra Technologies. Thank you all, and we'll see you soon.